welcome to the Virtual Ball Boy Football League podcast. I don't know why that did not come out correctly for me, but whatever. Anyways, welcome everyone to yet another episode of the Football League. I am your host, Chris, and I am joined once again by my good friend, Matt.
Hello. I posted in the wrong group. Just posted a link out, and it went in the gaming coop server instead of the Virtual Ball Boy server.
Totally fine. Totally understandable. We are here, folks. It has arrived. It is playoff time, baby. So we'll talk about everything that has to do with the playoffs and what's going to be happening with that in a second. But of course, if you listen to the last podcast on podcast services, or if you listened to the Gaming Coop this week, or if you've just been following us on social media, you know that we are doing kind of a donation drive. We're not kind of keeping track of what's being donated, but we are encouraging everyone out there to donate to their local abortion fund, or just to any abortion fund that might be impacted by the stupid fucking decision made by the Supreme Court. So we wanted you all to please, if you're watching live right now, use in the stream chat, do exclamation point donate. Nailed it. And then the little link will come up, and you can donate to that link. Or you also could donate to whatever abortion fund in particular that you would like to. So you can then tweet your receipt to @thegamingcoop, because that's just where this whole thing started. And you'll get a shout out on the next Gaming Coop episode. And if you tweet a receipt @Walsh Animation, you could help set up a mid-seg that he will torture us with, which is very alarming, very scary, but you know what? It's for a good cause. And so yeah, that's what we're doing. Just want to put it out there, remind you guys that is what's going to be going on here. But beyond that, beyond the important issue of raising money for a good cause, we also have the playoffs today. And so, Matt, is there anything different that we usually do for this playoffs?
There isn't any, but I do have a suggestion.
Yes.
In terms of the game format, nothing is different. There's still 4 quarters with 3 drives each. Each team will have 6 drives total throughout the afternoon. However, and then once a team loses, they're out. There's no double elimination, nothing like that. Correct. It is straight up and down, eight teams going through. However, I do have an idea if you are down for it.
I hit me with it, my dude.
To exercise our improvisational skills a bit more, I say we randomize 3, or I guess it would be 4 new neutral site locations for these playoffs.
Ooh, okay. I have the link.
Not been in any game universes that we've already done.
Interesting. Okay, I do have the link saved, so I could go to that real quick. Okay, I'm down for that. So we can hit that up, and then also the other thing I will say is that what we did this for last year's playoffs, and I certainly am down to do it for this year's playoffs. Once a game gets out of hand, we're just gonna stop the game. We're not gonna. We don't want to continue the game when it's meaningless. The only reason that we did that during the regular season was for the tiebreakers.
Which let me see if those had an impact. It absolutely had an impact between Forest Hills and Suffolk and Ketchikan and Brookings.
Right.
Ketchikan and Brookings, they would have played each other anyway, but
still
had a major impact in the top 2 in terms of who plays. Points are still important.
Exactly. And so that's really the only reason why we wanted to complete those games. But in this scenario, it is just, if you win, you move on. And so we're going to do that. That could also mean that if it's super close and it's a tied game near the 4th quarter, we will have to go to overtime. So anything's on the table. So
ties.
And no
ties are lame and for losers, unless you are me watching the NFL and want as many ties as possible because I love chaos.
Well, I feel like specifically at the end of the year tiebreakers for the NFL, beautiful.
Yes, please just put those ties in, make it all wild.
Yeah, just screw everything up.
Raiders should have tied the game.
Yeah, Yeah, they're gonna pay for it. They'll pay for it one day. They'll rue the day that they went against the
Didn't
tiebreak
tie.
god. But yes. Anyways, so without any further ado, this is all very exciting. It is time for us to get going on the playoffs, just like we did last week. Going from the regular season going into the playoffs, we're starting with the East. We're gonna knock out the East matchups right out of the gate, and we're starting with the game that we started with last time, which was Naples Astrogators at the Suffolk Nutfellows. The exact same setup and everything. Now, the only difference is, with Matt's suggestion, we're at a neutral site. So, the game universe that we are going to be starting out in is Ori and the Blind Forest.
Holy shit. Okay, this is going to be weird.
I know absolutely nothing about it.
All right, it's a forest. There's like mystical shit.
Yeah.
If you want to do like runes and stuff, that's the kind of deal
Okay.
that's going on here.
Okay. I only know that Ori is a brilliant Metroidvania, and that's about it.
Yes.
That's about what I know about it. All right. So, Matt, I believe you get us started on offense.
I do, and I am so happy that I get to play Naples one last time.
Yes. So, and also just to kind of give an indicator here, what is the Naples Astrogator stats?
Yeah, so the Naples Astrogators, drafted by my good friend Jacob. We should give shout outs to all of the general managers throughout today, since we are very thankful that they latch on to our idiotic scheme every year, and get to humor us and do a lot of fun stuff for us to let us be able to do this madness. So Jacob's Naples Astrogators have an offense of 5, a defense of -5, and a ball handling of 0.
Yes, and the Suffolk Nutfellows, drafted by none other than Team Chaos's own Gabe. This team has offense of 0, defense of 3, ball handling of -3, and is currently the best team in the league record-wise.
Yep.
So there we go. Big time matchup here. Let's get going here. Naples is starting out on offense.
It's going to be a 13 to start out.
13, nice. I was gonna type dice parser in the wrong chat there. That is a first natural one.
All right, great start. A reminder: if you are new listening to this, 3 natural ones by a single team will result in an injury and a player being eliminated from competition. So Naples gets to score a touchdown immediately.
Yes, basically.
And of course, we're at the 4th of July weekend, of course. So Bandit Keith, the most American, is at his full power right now. And Bandit Keith is going to drop back. A Sousa march is blaring in the distance. And throw. Scout catches the ball for the touchdown. This Bandit Keith to Scout combination has been a bright spot for Naples in their pretty low season.
Look, Naples is the worst team in this league. They need the power of a Patriot in Bandit Keith right now.
Bandit Keith. Bobby Hill is going to come up to kick.
All right.
And Bobby Hill nails it.
Very nice. Very nice. All right.
Great start for the Astrogators.
Very, very nice start. All right. So 7-0. Can Suffolk respond to this? Let's find out.
Why didn't we name this team the Florida Men?
It's in the moment. Astrogator was just a fucking kick-ass. By the way, some lore for you. Astrogators was actually the name that Gabe gave the Naples team. So he's facing that team essentially right now. That is a 6, by the way, for first roll.
All right, and I will have a 5 on defense, so you get advantage.
Okie dokie. That is a 13 as an advantage.
And I get a 2.
All right, so Suffolk, they're in good good freaking shape here. Dark Samus knows a thing or two about Metroidvanias. So, they, I guess,
Either.
yeah, they are able to kind of like see the pathing in with all the forest around them, and are able to see Omochao just kind of floating and waiting for the ball, and is able to throw it through all the leaves and the trees and all that, and Omochao's there to catch it in the end zone. I'm picturing this as there's just an overgrown forest in
Oh yeah,
in the stadium. Like there's not even, it's barely a stadium. It is just like we've set up a football field. This is very like to the John Boyce like 1700 1776 where they're in like the middle of nature. Like this is what's going on right now in this game. So there you go. Now I'm going to have beat go ahead and kick. Hold on. I did not have the roster open the way I should have. All right, there you go. All right, and he's gonna have a +5. Ooh, barely missed it. Just kind of scraped the side there. All a little wide, just a little wide right, but that is totally okay. It is just a point down, but Suffolk is still trailing 7-6 after their first drive. End of the first quarter, Naples.
Man, that would suck if that missed kick is what takes Suffolk down, but we'll see what happens.
Right.
Naples, end of the first. That's a 21.
Okay. That is also a 21.
Impressive. Okay, so it's going to be straight up and down, whichever number is higher. So which side wins. That will be a 15 for ball handling.
And that is a 17.
All right, Suffolk gets the stop. Ash Ketchum is going to come up. And, Ash Ketchum, pretty good at ball handling, being a Pokemon trainer. But, Dick Johnson. Dick Johnson actually hears that Susan March from earlier and salutes for some reason, even though it's, like, not the national anthem. Or, like, anything like that. And he totally misses the catch.
So, you're basically saying that America is both a fuel and a distraction for this team today.
It is a fuel for Bandit Keith. It is a distraction for Dick Johnson.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. There you go. And now we get the start of the second quarter here. Suffolk Nutfells with their second drive of the game. Let's see how they do. That is a natural 20 to start things off.
All right. That is going to score.
Unless you get a natural 20 as well.
That's true. So let me make sure. That is a 3, so that's not natural.
that's as last I checked, non-natural 20. All right.
That is not an advantage.
All right, we're gonna have this time Dark Samus is gonna head it up to Wacko. Wacko is gonna kind of like bob and weave through all the greenery around, and I think he's just gonna stumble his way. He's gonna like trip over a branch, but like extend out his arms enough to get the ball over the end zone line, get the touchdown, and ultimately that is going to put Suffolk up front. Now I just want to check something real quick. I mean, it might be a little too soon to try to pull any nonsense. Oh, I gave myself 13 by accident. All right, so I could be 13 when it's all said and done. I am gonna just roll with beats for now. See what happens. That is a second natural 1.
Here we go.
So that's that. You know what? I'm kind of glad now that I didn't go for it either. Would not have mattered either way. But yes. That is that. So it is 12-7, a weird football score right now for
I love it.
This league. All right.
Naples, last drive of the first half.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 7.
Okay. Whoops. Oh my god, I almost did plus 43.
Jeez.
That is a 21.
All right, so disadvantage for me is going to result in a 3.
3. That's 11.
All right, Naples. The Astrogators had a hot start, cannot get anything going. Preston Garvey is going to get the ball off, get the ball from the handoff, uh, and he's gonna like Bethesda glitch a little bit. Like he's trying to walk forward, but like a branch gets in the way, and he like can't move forward. He like gets glitched on it a little bit, and it's just enough time for a defender to get to him.
There you go. There you go. All right, and now, last but not least, it is the Suffolk last drive of the first half in general. Let's see what happens here. That's an 8 to start things off.
All right. Copy. No, don't copy his own name. That is a -2.
Okay, so advantage. Oh, damn it! I did Control C instead of Control V, and it got rid of my thing. All right, so that's a 14.
And that's a 9.
All right, so then Suffolk Nutfellows gets the score here. They're getting back on top of things here. Let's see. We have Dark Samus. I think Dark Samus is gonna find a hole in like the leaves on top, like that's like kind of hanging over the forest right now. It's gonna find a little hole to like throw the ball in, and all of a sudden, the wide receivers of this group, Knights and Riala, they all of a sudden look up and they see the ball coming down, while the defenders are starting to kind of run at them. But luckily, Knights gets it into their hands, and then brings the ball down in the end zone. And there you go. Perfect.
All right.
And then we're going to see what Beats can do, who's had a kind of a rough day thus far. We'll try one more time to see if he could get back on track. Oh, yes. That's a 22.
There he goes.
Straight down the middle. Getting back on track here. There you go. All right. So, at the end of the first half, that is a 2-quarter lead there.
2 possession.
2 possession. Yes, that's what I meant to say. So sorry. But it's not over for Naples. If Naples can get a score next, then that means they'll at least keep it alive, probably into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But if they don't get a score, then next score for Suffolk Nutfellows might put this thing away. So,
all right,
we'll see what happens. Start of the second half.
That is a nat 20.
That is how you want this to go if you're Naples. All right, and I'll just roll for the sake of rolling. Yep. That is a 10. But Naples, you're back in business.
All right, so Zoidberg is going to get the handoff. And Zoidberg, like, being a crabs aren't really like forest beans. He's more of a sea creature. But he's surprisingly nimble going through these forests and stuff, and is able to just kind of like scuttle his way through, avoid defenders, and get into the end zone. Touchdown, Zoidberg.
The best words, right. The best words ever iterated on the Virtual Ball Boys Football League. Touchdown, Zoidberg.
Touchdown, Zoidberg. Luke Hain is going to kick this time, and he makes it. It's great.
There you go. All right, back the game. We're back in it. It's a 1-possession game. Suffolk now wants to keep scoring. They scored on every drive last time. Let's see what they can do with now this added pressure. That is a third natural one. Boy. And that could be a turning point here, folks.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well.
So, Chris, would you like to explain to the people what happens, or should I?
Essentially, now what's going to happen is I'm going to be rolling a 1d12, and whatever number I roll is going to be will correspond with a player. That player will be removed from the roster and cannot be used in either the roles or in the role play. And essentially, that will drastically change the Suffolk Nutfellows stats. And I now have to open up Photoshop, which is the least favorite thing about this whole thing, is having to do the manual work for this. But if you could, Matt, work on the stats while I work on the changing the stats on the picture.
Yeah, you just got to roll a d12 for me.
That is one.
So, the Suffolk Nutfellows are losing their quarterback.
Oh my god!
Only quarterback.
Oh, I could have asked for a better scenario right now. This is amazing.
Could not have been scripted better.
This is incredible right now.
Your new stats: -1 offense, 3 defense remains the same, and then a -2 ball handling.
Okay, hold on. I opened up the wrong thing.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I need to get back to this. All right, here's the stats. All right, so what is it again? It's offensive 1.
-1 on offense.
-1 offense, okay.
3 on defense, and -2 ball handling.
Now, I will say, could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Dark Samus has very average stats.
Yeah, like I would say overall, like that's not the major point downgrade.
Yeah, it's not a drastic change.
Right. All right. So now I'm going to save this photo here as that, and it should update automatically on the sheet. Yes, it does. Perfect. All right. Offense -1, defense 3, ball handling -2. So yeah, like I would say, like the good news here is that their strength did not get weaker. Their weakest stat actually got better. It was just that their offense went down a point, but again, not necessarily the worst thing in the world. So this could be bad, but now I have to figure out who the fuck the quarterback's gonna be.
We're substitute someone in or wildcat this shit.
That's true.
For the rest of the game.
All right, Wacko and Oma Chow is gonna get a lot of work. But you want to just roll for the sake of rolling here, just to see what you would have rolled if I did not roll a natural 1 there.
I got a 12.
All right, just making sure in case some fucking wild ass bullshit happens. All right.
Yep.
Let's go to the scenario here. So Dark Samus was gonna go back to throw, trips backwards on a tree branch type thing, almost like a tree root, I want to say, in the ground, and falls backwards and is just out of commission. I don't know what the dark matter, how Dark Samus is built. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a human in there or not, but they're injured. That's what matters most. And so now the team is trying to kind of collectively figure out how they're going to run their offense. Meanwhile, Naples is going to get their next shot here to potentially take the lead.
Let's see what happens.
Yep.
That's 10.
Okay. That's an 8.
Okay. With advantage. That's a natural 20.
Holy mama.
Naples is taking this opportunity and they are fucking running with it. Another one, are you shitting me?
I got another natural 1.
Suffolk leaves the field. And the entire Naples team, all with their hands on the fucking Rocket League soccer ball, because it's a big-ass soccer ball. They need to all carry it.
Yes, that's right.
Together.
Right. Yep.
The entire team scores a touchdown as Suffolk has left the field. They've gotten lost in the woods. The vines have walled them off from this play.
My goodness gracious. All right. And now, so you want to kick an extra point here?
Yeah, I really do. Luke Kane scores, kicks the ball. Does a really nice, cool, arm move right before he kicks it.
I want to apologize to the visual listeners, those who are watching on YouTube or watching on Twitch right now. The volume for both of us was very high, so I did not realize it until I just laughed then, and the entire volume thing just turned red. And so I was just like,
Oops.
okay, that's fine. But you said that was a good kick.
It was good.
All right, so there you go. All right. Naples back in the league, and now we enter the fourth quarter here. Suffolk Nutfellows. It is a 2-point game. Anything can happen still, but Suffolk Nutfellows, of course, down an individual. Let's see how they can go. That is a 6.
That is a -2.
Okay, so advantage. That is a 15.
And that is a 0.
Okay, Suffolk Nutfellows, despite it all, they are still persevering in some way. Yeah, we get a little Wildcat action. I think that right now under center, they decided to put they decided to put Wacko behind center. He's gonna start to run it, and then all of a sudden he's gonna be faced with Sato Kaiba in his way, and so then Wacko is going to lateral it. We're gonna say to Barry Burden, who did line up at tight end, and Barry Burden ends up running it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown. So there you go.
All right. Okay. So here's what can happen. If this is Naples' last drive, if Suffolk stops them, Suffolk wins the game. If not, Suffolk will get one more chance.
Right. Now, I'm looking at the scenario right now. I'm at 25 points. I can choose to kick it here to get to 26, or go for 2, get to 27, and maybe hope that the extra point doesn't go through here. You know what? Let's play this out. I'm going to go for 2 and just see what happens.
I think that's the right call.
So this, I am rolling right now on a disadvantage. That is an 11.
It's pretty good. That is a -1 from me. You get the 2 points.
There you go. I'm going to have Omochao just kind of running, like kind of float over everyone, running in for the points. So now the score is 27 to 21. And Naples, this is their moment. If there is any moment right now for their season, this is it. Go ahead. It is their turn on offense.
That is a 21.
That is how you want to start out. But that is a natural 20.
My God. All right. Bandit Keith gets up to throw. It is picked off by... Who is it, Chris?
We're going to say it's Chaos.
Chaos does it. He ends the game. Suffolk is moving on to the next round. Naples, you fought hard. You got kind of stomped like all season, but it felt like you fought hard for most of the fucking year, and you get the best team in the league a run for their money. Great job, Naples.
That was incredible. That kind of
was a great game.
It gives me vibes of like this was like 2 seed versus 7 seed, and the 7 seed just did more work this time around. And Suffolk kind of stumbled into this victory, but that was so chaotic and so brilliant. That was a great way to open up the playoffs.
Fuck yes. So 27-21 is our final score.
Yep. And Suffolk moves on. Yes, Naples is unfortunately no more for now.
Also, I want to say we've said the phrase "nutfellow" so much that it's lost all meaning. I just want to draw attention to how fucking insane we are that we actually came to that as a name.
Was it us two and Walsh on call for that one. I forget who was on that episode when we decided on that. But
Yeah.
I think it was I think it was you that came up with the name Nutfellow.
Yeah.
It was either you or Walsh. I can't remember,
Okay.
but like it was
it was basically like we decided that we had to name it after Mr. Peanut.
Right.
Since this was his birthplace.
Which is, yeah, because that was the most insane fact that we found out about Suffolk, Virginia, was just like, oh, this is Mr. Peanut's birthplace. Well, we can't stray from this now. There's no way. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad that we get to talk about that fellows going into the finale episode. That is very nice. Alright. Now, we move on to the other East matchup. Who is Suffolk going to face in this matchup? Is it going to be the Forest Tales Mothmen, who they've been going toe to toe with Suffolk all year long in terms of who might be in the lead, versus the Portsmouth Submarines? I believe actually Forest Tales is Forest Tales the one that was in first. Now that I think about it.
Oh yes, Forest Hills wasn't first. My mistake.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I was saying that Suffolk had the best record. Forest Hills is the one that actually has the best record here.
Yep.
Mainly off of tiebreakers, of course. But yes, Forest Hills, the juggernaut, versus Portsmouth, who is at the bottom of the league. Can Forest Hills survive this, or will Portsmouth pull off one of the biggest upsets of the year and knock out the Forest Hills Mothmen? We will see. We'll find out. But first, let me go to my random game thing.
Where will this game be taking place?
Okay. All right.
Yeah?
I'm going to have to lean on you for this.
Okay.
The location that we are going to be playing this game in is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, that's just Chris. That's just fucking. It's just fucking Star Wars.
Well, yeah, but I don't know Star Wars. Like,
That's fair.
Like that's the thing. You're
right.
you're more
So
in tune with that universe.
We're gonna say this game is gonna take place on the planet Coruscant,
No,
which is kind of which is where the Jedi Council is.
Mm.
It's very like business. It's a very businessy. Like a lot of stuff happens here. A lot of important like business stuff, and there's like flying cars and shit. There's office buildings. There's not like the office buildings that you're thinking of, like Jedi science fiction office buildings.
Sure, no, yeah, like floating in the sky, kind of.
Senate chambers. Can't forget about the Senate.
Yeah.
The Galactic Senate.
Okay. So we're in the hustle and bustle of space New York City, essentially.
Space New York City, yeah.
Okay. just making sure.
It's more of a capital. It might be more like Space Washington, D.C.
Fair. All right, Space D.C. All right, there you go. All right. So, what are the stats for Portsmouth Submarines, Matt?
The Portsmouth Submarines, who were drafted by Mr. Matt Walsh, who also did all of our fantastic artwork for this season.
Yes,
and
so
every season, Walsh, because he is amazing at what he does. Portsmouth Submarines have an offense of 2, a defense of -8, and a ball handling of 6.
And the Forest Hills Mothmen have an offensive stat of 6, a defense of -4, and the ball handling for -2. I gotta say, with 2 negative stats and Forest Hills being one of the best teams in the league, it's pretty good, pretty impressive. That offensive 6 really helps.
It is, which is wild because in our first season, the team with a really good offense stat but shit other stats was Phoenix City, who sucked.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's just how the dice rolls, my dude. It's just how the dice rolls. All right, Forest Hill's gonna start out on offense this time. Let's see how the first quarter goes. That is an 18 to start things off.
That is a -1. The thing with these, like this is a fucking 14-point difference between Forest Hills and Portsmouth. Like, there's going to be very little times where Portsmouth actually stops them defensively. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Absolutely. It's gonna be very difficult for them. Let's see here. That is a 10 advantage.
All right. And one of the few times where. Oh, it's a 9. I was gonna say one of the
Oh.
few times where it's actually possible. Nope.
No, no, it is much more difficult here.
Yeah. Granted, this is
Uh,
ball handling, so it is a 6 point difference rather than a 14 point for ball handling.
yes, no, there is an opening. There's an opening
Yep.
here for Portsmouth, but did not work out for the first roll here. All right. This has been one of the teams that's I've struggled with in terms of individuals. But I'm gonna
Chris
say
doesn't watch anime.
I don't watch anything really. If we think
You
about
don't
it,
watch anything.
I'm almost through Our Flag Means Death. All right, I'm almost through.
Oh my god.
Four more episodes. Four more episodes.
Okay, you're in the thick of it. That's
Yeah.
good.
10 Hero is going to see now. I'm trying to incorporate something from Star Wars, and I'm just not going to be able to. We're gonna have 10 Hero is just gonna hand it off to Toph. Toph is going to kind of dash her way past insert Star Wars collective here, and then make it into the end zone for the touchdown. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add the points here, and then in terms of extra point, we're gonna have Sanji come out. Once again, most of our kickers have pretty much the same stat, which is +5. There are some exceptions, of course. And that's a 23, so very good kick for Forest Hills. Things looking good to start out for this team. I keep on getting rid of the donation instead of getting rid of the roster picture. There you go. All right, there you go. Portsmouth, your turn.
All right, Portsmouth, first drive of the game. It's gonna be a 6.
It's gonna be a 4.
Okay, so advantage. This is where Portsmouth shines with this ball handling.
That's gonna be the big balancing act, I think.
Yep. That is a natural 1 that does count towards my team, but not towards this roll. Otherwise, I
Right.
will have an 11.
No, yeah, you're still in good shape here.
Yep.
That is a natural 20 though.
Okay, so let me get Portsmouth up. Brock Sampson is going to come up, and he's going to act all big and tough. Brock Sampson's like a closeted Star Wars fan. He like really liked those old movies, so like he's kind of like, he's gonna get the ball. He's gonna like pretend he's like holding a lightsaber and shit, and he's going to bomb the ball towards XJ9, who is partially turned into one of the flying cars to kind of like blend in, but it doesn't work because it's being ridden by Skulker. Like she doesn't realize that Skulker is like on the car, and Skulker just intercepts it.
There you go. There you go. Now, is Brock Sampson being a Star Wars fan? Is that canonical in that game?
No, I have no fucking idea.
Okay. I love that though. I love that is extra lore that we're adding to Brock Sampson there. All right. So there you go. So Portsmouth unfortunately walking away with nothing. That gives an opening for Forest Hills to try to get away with this one here, but we'll see. That's a 16 to start off their end of the first quarter drive.
And that is my second natural 1. So we have traded the bad rolls.
Jesus Christ. All right. This is really going to be the day of me going into Photoshop a lot, huh? All right, but there you go. Forest Hills is going to get the score here. This time we're going to...
There's no excitement without danger, Chris.
You know what? That is a fair point. 10 Hero is going to go back to pass and is going to throw it up. And it seems like it's going to be a close battle between, let's say, Stella and Garnett. But ultimately, Garnett is going to get hit with an asteroid.
Okay, it is on a planet. To be fair. Like, it's not in the middle of space. It's just another planet.
That's fair. But anyways, Garnet gets knocked out for whatever weird space rock reason, and then Stella's gonna catch him in the end zone for the touchdown. All right, there you go. And we're going to go to Sanji for the extra point. That once again the same number too, 23. That is a perfect kick there, down the middle, and Forest Hills is up 14-0.
All right, Portsmouth, don't embarrass yourselves.
You need this. You need
We
this.
need this. That is a 20.
That's a very good start. That is a very
Not a natural 20, dirty 20.
dirty 20. That's a dirty one.
All right. So with advantage on ball handling will result in a 24.
That is what it was needed. That is a 3 Portsmouth scores.
All right, Chef is going to come up in quarterback. Brock Sampson has been benched. Chef is going to give a real nice shovel pass to Sprig. And I like seeing Chef and Sprig together. That's a combination that I did not explore enough. I just think that those two would actually get along pretty well.
Yeah.
And Sprig is going to hop around a little bit, do some I don't know, frog shit, and just bypass the defenders, get it to the end zone.
All right. And then who's gonna be your kicker?
I really want to do Timmy's dad, but I can't yet. I can't do it yet. Enid is going to come up and kick, and Enid is just barely going to make it.
I feel like Timmy's dad is the ultimate break glass in case of emergency. You know what I mean? Like that's when you need him. But
he's there in case Enid goes down, and even though other people have like better ball handling stats, well, I will use Timmy's dad if Enid for some reason goes down.
Sure. That's fair. That's fair. All right. So that's 14-7. All right. So Portsmouth keeps itself alive right now. Forest Hills
they could use a defensive stop.
That's very true. Forest Hills is now going to do their last drive of the first half. Let's see what happens here. That is, we go +6 here. That is an 18.
That is a -4.
Okay, so advantage. That is a natural 20.
That sure is a natural 20 next to my 8. Does not matter.
Yep. All right, so there we go. This time we're going to have Tanhiro gonna drop back the pass. We're gonna throw it to, let's have Saki. Saki's gonna actually come in riding on his dragon, and is gonna catch the ball while in the air. He's gonna fly over.
Saki's not the one with the dragon.
Does Saki not have a dragon?
Hiccup has a dragon.
Oh, Hiccup has a dragon. Fuck. Why do I not have them? Oh, I do have them in order. I just was assuming the person to the right of Hiccup on the thing was Saki for some reason.
No, that is Shinobu.
That is Shinobu. I'm so sorry. Hiccup's the one with the dragon. Hiccup's gonna ride the dragon with the ball in hand and is gonna ride into the end zone. Apologies.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is that the?
That's the How to Train Your Dragon theme, the greatest film score in cinematic history.
Wow, that is some high praise. All right.
Have you met me?
No, listen. I'm not trying to undermine it. Like I know you are a maestro. All right, so you know your music. All right. We're gonna have once again Sanji kick this out. Oh, this was not gonna be as good.
Ooh.
A wide left kick there. I think Sanji was distracted by the dragon that has arrived. Toothless, right?
Yo, cool dragon. Yes, Toothless is the name of the dragon. Good.
Yeah. All right, there you go. 20-7.
All right.
There you go.
Last drive for the Submarines.
For the first half, at least.
In the first half. Oh, God. 21.
That's 12.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Nat 20. That's an 8. Portsmouth staying in it.
All right, they're gonna keep Chef in because Chef seems to have the magic sauce right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to throw the ball to Jolene. How was that JoJo game show the other night, Chris?
It was very good. We did better than what we thought, mainly because we had our good buddy Nick, who is more of an avid JoJo fan than any of us were. Basically our helpline. I don't want to spoil too much because I don't want to. I want to let I want to let you all watch it when it comes out. I think we did well. You'll
Uh,
find out if we how well we did when you watch the episode when it goes live.
there you go. So, Chef to Jolene Pass gets the touchdown. And we're going to have Enid come in again because, again, do not trust Timmy Turner's dad in this crucial moment. That is a 9. Enid just misses this time.
Ooh, all right. Well, that not too bad though,
Not too
because
bad,
that
considering Forest Hills also missed one.
correct. Yeah. So that's not the end of the world. And to end the first half with a one score game, that is as good as you can at least hope for if you're Portsmouth. Um,
Yep.
that is a good scenario for them. But we now go into the third quarter here. Forest Hills with the lead. Let's see if they can build on it in any way. We're going to start things off with a natural one.
Oh boy. That is a 10. I do not get a natural one. Portsmouth gets the break they need. What does Forest Hills try to do, Chris?
Yeah, I think that Tin Heroes this time is gonna throw to Saki, who does not have a dragon. But because of the dragonlessness of it, Tin Hero is gonna throw it up, thinking that Saki's gonna be up in the air. Instead, we're going to have MT there to catch it with the interception. Somehow MT is in the air. I don't know why.
Garden might be thrown enough to throw them up.
That's
Strong
true.
enough to throw them up.
Garnet threw them up, and ultimately intercepted it, ending the drive. And now Portsmouth has an opportunity to take the lead. Let's see if they, or at least tie it, I should say, or maybe take the lead if they want to go for two.
We'll see what happens. That is my third nat one.
Holy fucking Christ, my dude! All right, same
The
rules
game
as last time.
The game is a game today.
It is a game for sure.
We are losing player number 7. And it is unfortunately, man, I'm upset we didn't get to use her yet because she had a moment in the spotlight recently. We're losing May.
Oh no! The LGBT icon that has taken the world by storm is
Oh, oh, and this is so bad. This is so bad. May goes down. May like gets a bad tackle, bad block, and goes down. She'll be okay, obviously. But the new stats for Portsmouth are 4 on offense, a -11 defense,
oh no!
and a 7 ball handling. May was one of the few like defensive bright spots of this team. I don't know, Chris. I don't feel good about Portsmouth's chances with this cat out of the picture.
Oh my goodness gracious! Here, all right. Well, the picture has been updated with the new stats. All right. So what? So what was that roll here? What was that for? That was your
That was
um
my trying to do offense.
that was your try to do offense. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna just roll for defense just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah, it's a 14.
Yeah,
All
you're good.
right. What was the attempt here?
They were going to try to do a run with Perry the Platypus, and there was just some miscommunication. Perry actually tripped over May
Oh,
and got tackled, and it wasn't good.
there you go. All right. Somber moment here,
Yeah.
but we move forward. Forest Hills. This is going to be This will be the final drive of the third quarter here, and they can't put it away here necessarily, but it's starting to look bleak for Portsmouth.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens. That is a dirty 20.
And that is a dirty 1.
Okay, the dirties are just paired up today. That is a 17 either way.
All right. And that is a 2.
All right. So, Portsmouth's gonna have to overcome a big deficit if they even want to stand a chance here. 10 Hero is gonna hand it off to Toph again. And Toph is gonna start to run it. But once again, similar situation happens where Toph has dealt with some defensive pressure. Toph tries to kind of use her other senses to try to find and throw lateral the ball to, we'll say, Sora, who is standing in at tight end, and Sora kind of runs it in for the touchdown and holds up the Keyblade in a power move. As the uh, Star Wars look on. All right. So we're gonna update the score. It is 26, but we can see if we get to 27 with a kick. That is my third. I'm sorry. That's my second. That's my second. That's
okay.
Second
yeah,
natural
okay,
one.
Okay.
I always lost my mind. All right. So.
Oh my god.
The second natural one though. Yeah. Just a complete and utter whiff. R2D2 rolls in, knocks the ball over before Sanji can kick it. Sanji kicks R2D2. There you go. All right. Well, Matt, it is a 13-point deficit here.
Yep.
Can Portsmouth pull it off? They need everything to happen for them in the fourth quarter.
They certainly do. That is a dirty 20.
Very good start. That is a 13.
All right. That is a 26.
That is very good. And that is a -2. So,
all right.
Portsmouth is alive.
Chef sheds a single tear due to his favorite offensive lineman going down.
I just gifted them mopeds for all their hard work.
I just gave them mopeds.
I don't know why mopeds came to mind, but
yeah, why mopeds?
I don't know. The mopeds are cool. Anyways,
so Chef takes the ball single-handedly, is running across the sky, jumping off of hover car, and leaps across the sky, his arms outstretched, and does a tuck and roll into the end zone.
What a majestic being.
Chef took it by himself. Enid is going to come up to kick, although, no.
You have good options.
Not
here.
yet. Not yet.
Okay. I don't think you could go wrong either way right now. So just whatever you feel is best.
Enid gets the kick.
Boom. Good stuff. All right. 6-point lead Forest Hills has. They want to score and close this game out here. If not, Portsmouth will have a shot.
Yep. Correct. Yes.
There you go.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're all good. That's a 12 to start things off. Could be
all
better.
right.
But at the same time, we have a
I
-11.
do have a -11. That is a -1.
Oh my god. How clutch would this be, though? If this is like a natural 20 or something.
That is a -6 to your 14.
14 was my roll. Then Forest Hills does close things out here for the Eastern playoffs here. Let's see. We'll have it close out. Tanharo's actually going to hand it off to Skulker. And Skulker is just going to just body himself, just throw his body around, knock through everyone, get to the end zone, and just call it quits. It's over. It's done. Forest Hills moves on. And as it's predictable. It does not quite have the chaos feel to it. Forest Hills will play the Suffolk Nutfellows in the finale, or in the Eastern Championship, I should
In the
say.
Eastern Championship, as
It
it
is.
was foretold.
Yes, it is the finale. It will be in the
Yep.
final episode ultimately,
Yes.
but yes, it will be. That will be their one of two games that they would need to play and win in order to claim the
Indeed.
championship.
All
But
right.
meanwhile,
What is the final score? 26.
I should
Oh no.
add. I need to add six more to this. To 32. So 32-20 is the final score.
All right. Can we do a quick bathroom break?
Yes, we will do that.
All right.
So that's the score. Forest Hills and Suffolk will be going, and we'll be moving on. And ultimately, now we're going to move on to the West. But before we do that, let me tell you about our sponsors.
All right. I'll be right back.
Yeah. And hello, Twitch chat. Once again, I would like to remind anyone to donate to your local abortion fund, or use the link in the chat when you use the command !to donate. Donate there, fight back against this bullshit, and we will see what happens. And like I said, tweet your receipts to @thegamingcoop and to @WalshAnimation, and win some shout outs and mid-seg participation points or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? It's good shit. um yeah, what else is going on in the world of Team Chaos? Yeah, we had the Game Coop this week. We talked about future games, all the future games that we're looking forward to. A lot of good stuff coming out in the next year or so for in terms of the world of video games. As mentioned earlier, we also did a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure quiz that will be coming out sometime soon, which is super exciting. I will not spoil any further the results of it because again, I do not believe it is out yet. Um, and then what else was it? We also did have a Doc of Shame episode this month. It was our finale, season finale episode that we recapped. We do have one big hour-long special to go through as well. And I think we'll have another episode after that kind of just recaps our thoughts on the whole season of Toll Drum Island. And then that will be it. And we'll be moving on to Toll Drama Action, which I cannot wait for. So that's all going to be super exciting, super cool, super fun. And of course, Table Party has been on a hiatus, but hopefully we'll be back to you very soon. We just have to work out schedules and all that jazz. It will hopefully work itself out here. I should be on a different screen than this. I should go to our playoff screen. There you go. But yeah, so far, the home teams have won. Will the home teams just prevail throughout the rest, or will Wauwatosa um, and Brookings maybe they have an upset in them? It's a closer conference. I will say that. Like so, honestly, anything can happen. And I will be hopeful that anything can happen because I like me some chaos. I want to see some teams prevail that we don't expect to prevail. So that's kind of where I'm at on that front. But yeah, post mortem for the Portsmouth Submarines. Walsh made a team and we fucked it up. That's really where it comes. That's what it comes down to. On that front, it just didn't. It was not his year. And him and Naples, they both put up a fight though. I will say that they both put up a fight. Maybe Portsmouth a little less so, but it was a tough year. But they just had two juggernauts that they were facing in Suffolk and Forest Hills. So good shit all around. Started playing. I don't know if anyone gives a shit about my gaming world right now, but I started playing Super Mario Galaxy 2. It's good shit. I haven't. That's the one 3D Mario I've not beaten, and so I'm very excited to beat it finally. Uh, I've gone through 2 worlds of 6, and I legitimately have enjoyed my time with it. I think it's definitely one of the better 3D Mario games. I feel like it surprises me uh, when people talk about the first Galaxy and say that that's their favorite versus Galaxy 2. Cause,
Which one are you preferring so far?
oh, Galaxy 2 by a landslide. Just because,
Oh, really?
only because I find Galaxy 2 level design to be so much more interesting.
Uh
I found the first Galaxy. I love the first Galaxy. Don't get me wrong. I pretty much love all the 3D Mario's. Like we can't really go wrong with it. But um, I found the Galaxy one just not to be as it's not as memorable to me. The levels in Galaxy One, where Galaxy Two, I just feel like even in the I was saying earlier that like I went through the first 2 worlds. I already went through both of them already. Um, and I felt like every single level there was something that I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. That's a really cool concept. Like the wall jumping up the frozen waterfall, or like um, the a lot of the boss fights I feel like have been really interesting as well. Like there's just a lot of really cool ideas that I feel like Galaxy Two is going with.
yeah.
That I just didn't really like. I again enjoyed my time with Galaxy, but I felt like it just didn't hit the high points for me as
Cool.
much as Galaxy Two is. So Galaxy, yeah, I was saying I think Galaxy Two is definitely like among the best Mario games. It's very very good. But
Sweet.
yeah. Anyways, we are back, and we are going to now come back from commercial break with the Western playoffs. So we'll count it down here. 3, 2, 1. And welcome back. It is time for the Western playoffs. It's time to find out who will be facing each other in the Western Championship, and ultimately moving on to the finale here of this season. We're going to start with, I think, my most anticipated matchup here, the Wauwatosa Fireflies versus the Provo Rock Squirrels. Uh, and before we even get into breaking down the stats here, uh, let's find out.
Where are we playing, Chris?
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because
And
we're playing football in the world of Goat Simulator.
oh my god. The Wauwatosa Fireflies have an offensive -3, a defensive -1, and a ball handling of 4. They were drafted by Kelsey, Chris's sister.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is a good. This team has my favorite uniforms that I made.
Mm.
I think this season.
Yeah.
Although Provo Rock Squirrels are close. I think both of these turned out really well, like color combination wise.
100%. Yeah. I think I think that both were paired up with like the darker like mod like the darker colors that are more muted versus like the colors that more pop. Like they
Yeah.
have a good like combination there. Yeah, so the Provo Rock Squirrels, offensive -1, defensive +2, ball handling -1. They was drafted by Anthony, which again you all know Kelsey and Anthony
Yep.
from Game Coop, but of course you also know that they are a married couple, and that
I would like to point
is
out,
the joy of this whole thing.
yes, and I also would like to point out last season, Anthony's team, the Weatherford Sheriffs, was in first place in their division, and Kelsey's team, the Anaconda Mountaineers, was in last place in their division. And Kelsey won the first round.
Same setup this time
That's
around.
exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, same setup. Wauwatosa in last, Provo Rock Squirrels in first. And I don't want to count the Wauwatosa Fireflies out this time.
Nope.
We'll see what happens. I think Wauwatosa gets it started here.
Yes, they do. I talk slower when I'm stalling trying to get to the right Discord channel.
Hey, listen, listen. I get it. Gotta figure things out.
Starting out with a 0.
And that's a 17.
All right, so with disadvantage, not the worst thing because we have a good ball handling stat. It's gonna leave us with a 9.
All right. And that is also a 9. The
All
attacker
right.
advances.
Yep, tie goes to the runners. So Wauwatosa gets the score. Brain is going to be in. They want their smartest person in here to be calling the plays and figuring out what they're going to do. It's going to be a real nice pass to Pew Pew, who will get the first touchdown of the day. And I'm worried a little bit for a lot of these smaller animals in this game with all the fucking goats around.
Mm.
So Sabor may have to do some like extra duty protecting the smaller animals.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There is a lot of goats around. I think thus far, I all I'm picturing is that this is a stadium that is just filled with goat patrons, with the bugged
Yes.
out eyes, with their tongues sticking out. Like they're all kind of just waiting. There's not much chaos yet.
They're all ready to cause chaos.
Yes.
They're not actively causing chaos, but
Right.
they're all ready to.
Right, exactly. And what are you gonna do for your kicking situation?
You of course Spiders Reeves has to start, and we're gonna find out if he's using the correct number of legs. Nope. Motherfucker cannot learn how to kick a fucking football. He just needs one leg, Spiders. One leg, and you keep using more than one, and then you miss, and then we shame you.
Yeah, just gets a little too cocky, just like his like human equivalent, Ted Cruz. So sorry. All right.
Sorry, Spiders.
So sorry, Spiders. All right. Let's go ahead and roll. That is a 10 to start things off for Provo Rock Squirrels.
Oh jeez. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Sure, that's fine. I allow it.
That is a 7.
Okay. That is an 18.
That is a 4.
Okay. I will say, if with the weird roll, things might have played out better, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It was just a mistype. It happens.
Yeah.
All right. Provo Rock Squirrels does succeed here. We're gonna have Zagreus come out, and he is of course he has been the guy leading this Provo Rock Squirrels team.
Yes.
And immediately is gonna find Adam Jensen, who is going to just fucking just mess with people's minds, and is going to kind of start to distort reality as I have no idea if that's how this how do sex works, but you know what, whatever. And he runs into the end zone for a touchdown, confusing the defense all the way there. All right, and then we will see what the kickers do. We do have two options here. We're gonna go with Eddie Gordo because he has the better stat. And that is a 15. So
all right.
That does succeed there. And we are go ahead and return to our scorecard here. So that's 7-6. Wauwatosa now down only by 1 point, though.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I rolled twice. That's going to be a 14.
14.
For offense.
That's what will count. And then that is a 12.
All right. Advantage. It's going to result in a 17 for ball handling.
And that is an 11, so Wauwatosa
All
scores.
Right. Tosa having a great start. Brain going to be in there again. And Duolingo actually, like... Do you know that Duolingo speaks goat?
I did not know that.
So it's gonna shout in goat to have all the goats confuse the fucking defense and use that distraction to sneak in to the end zone.
Immediately the goats just like lick and begin to ragdoll King and Armor King, like just.
Oh, it is a mess. Woody is gonna come up.
Okay.
because Spiders screwed up and Spiders is in trouble now. And Woody gets it. Woody understands how to kick a football.
Now I will say though, he doesn't have as many options as Spider-Reeves does.
That's true. He only has two, and it's hard to kick with 2 feet. But
Still, the point stands. I understand.
the point stands: Woody, who is a toy,
Knows. He
kicks
knows.
kicks the field goal.
There you go. All right, so that is 13-7. Do you think that in this universe, Woody is like a life size? Like I think generally we
I have to hope so, just for any of this to make sense.
right. Like I feel like in general, the consensus that I think that we've come to is that everyone is about the same size as each other, like
Right.
kind of to scale as much as possible, so that way it's not like one team has a major advantage over the other.
Yeah.
Because I think also, is it Nico Atsune, the cat?
The cat.
Yeah, is like supposed to be like monstrously huge.
Yes.
Like, so I think we scaled that back down a bit. All right, Provo starts the second quarter here. Let's see what they can do on offense. That's an 11 to start things off.
And that's a 13 for Tosa's defense.
That's a 5 because it's disadvantage.
And that is a 3, however.
Okay,
Provo
so
gets to score.
Provo does score even despite the disadvantage. Zagreus is going to hand it off to Timo, and Timo is going to keep on running as the goats are now the goats are on the field. So now the goats are just causing any sort of chaos. We're gonna have one of the goats come in with the Satan ability and is just going to kind of start collecting all of the defensive players on the field in a big old ball as they like just move around in a big old ball, almost like
Cool.
Katamari Damacy, but in the air. And then Timo is just able to kind of like avoid that whole nonsense and run into the end zone for the touchdown.
All right.
And now, we will kick again. It will be Eddie Gordo is the hot foot right now. I don't want to think about his hot feet. Oh, they're not hot anymore. They're ice cold because that is a slight, like kind of maybe a doink. Maybe it's a doink off the upright, and it ultimately does not go through. So that is a tied ball game, folks.
And 2 drives for each team left or 1 drive for each team left
For the first half, yes.
for the first half.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Wauwatosa.
8.
8 to start things off. All right. That's a 4.
All right.
Advantage.
With advantage, that leaves me with a 17.
Oh, but that's a 21.
Really nice defensive play. Izuku Midoriya, sorry, is going to be up. And yeah, Kelsey has a really good offensive line. Detective Dandy Man is going to be down the field, actually. But he is just taken by these goats. And he's drawing a picture of one, and it just kind of like bonks him on the head. Bonks him on the head and goes down.
Oh, so I'm sorry. So it's not that he was literally taken. He's actually like he's
in awe.
He's in awe of them, and he's drawing.
Never seen a goat before.
He's so busy in the big city that
he's read about them. Hasn't seen any.
And especially the Satan goat that has caused the ball of fury.
Yes,
that is happening right now. Like he's like, oh my god, wow.
He was even a part of, but he just blown away
by it 100%. He's just in the ball, just kind of like drawing. It's a little shaky. The pen's a little shaky. All right. So there you go. Still a tied game. Provo Rock Squirrels will end off the first half here with a drive. We'll see if they can score. Oh, whoops! I did the wrong thing. That should be a 17.
That was a 12 on my part.
Okay. And then okay, that's an 11.
That's 15.
All right, Wauwatosa gets a stop. We will have so Provo Rock Squirrels, like the team as a whole, is just laughing at all the chaos that has unfolded. But then all of a sudden, the goats just stop and they turn and they see them, and then one goat walks in and is dead mouse has the dead mouse skit
Oh God.
head,
Yeah.
and they all of a sudden the music starts emanating from the goat, and the Provo Rock Squirrels just start dancing, and they completely forget that they have a drive, and easily we will have from the Wauwatosa Fireflies, we will have Saber just kind of like pick the ball up, and it's a fumble recovery by the Wauwatosa to end off the first half. What a rockin' halftime it is with Dead Mouse. The
Hell
goat.
yeah.
But yes, it's a tied ball game. It is anyone's game at the moment. Wauwatosa is now going to start things off in the third quarter.
Six.
Okay. That's 10.
All right. With disadvantage. 2 natural ones as the same disadvantage roll.
I was just thinking about how we've been kind of lucky thus far.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I know.
I got 2 of them.
I did. That's why I didn't say anything. And then, well,
A goat picks up Brain and takes him away. He'll be back.
just in the tongue, just his head,
Yeah.
just stuck to the tongue.
Unhand me, you dirty cretin.
Yeah.
So he shouts as he's being carried off. I tried to do a Maurice LaMarche impression.
Yeah, I got 4, but that doesn't matter. Wauwatosa does not score here. And you already described the scenario, so we'll just move forward here with Provo starting off their first drive of the second half. Let's see if they can take advantage of the team's quarterback being taken away via tongue. That's 17.
That should be a -1. However, that is a natural 20.
That should do it. That will stop it. All right. We'll just say this time Zagreus gets taken away by a goat. Just gets licked, and he, again, like ragdolls, like all of a sudden he loses
That'll show him. Oh no.
All of a sudden he just ragdolls, and everyone's just like, oh fuck. So now just chaos has broken out. We have not scored since like the beginning of the second half, beginning of the second quarter, I should say.
Yeah.
And so the goats have just taken over the game.
Yep.
imagine if we just replace all the characters right now with goats.
With goats, goat versions of the characters. We'll have to see what the dice say.
We'll see. That's if it really hits a chaos point here. Wauwatosa now gonna close out the third quarter here with their drive.
There's a 15.
Okay. That's a 14, so advantage.
All right. With advantage. As well, I got a crit 20, so like
you get the score.
They'll score.
You get the score.
But I also got a nat 1. Go ahead and roll, Chris. See what you do.
You have to roll the one.
No,
I see. You want?
Yeah, roll your thing.
I got a natural 1. Well, that's my first natural 1, so that doesn't actually do anything. But oh boy,
Yep.
what a fucking chain of events here. But yes, you do score, but you also lose a member.
I'm gonna roll that first.
Okay.
As a 10. All right. So this is what happens on this play.
Okay.
Brain is running back in on the goat. He's kind of like taking control of it. He's riding on the back of it.
Okay.
And he as he passes center, he says hike, and he's not called for like false starting or anything. He gets the ball and he bombs it down the field. And it is a fantastic catch by Taylor. Like it is impressive how it all worked together. However, Claude Frollo is so taken aback by the clear display of Satanism before him that he is He is down on his knees praying and does not see the goat that Braid is on coming right for him.
Oh! Oh no! My goodness gracious.
So Claude Frollo, due to goat-related situations, is removed from the game. Okay, let me try this math again.
I'm fascinated with this because this is a defensive player here. So that is the that the point of impact on this injury is going to be on defense.
Correct. If I can figure out how to fucking add. What am I doing wrong? Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. All right. Offense, -4. Defense, -4. Ball handling, 8.
Okay. Save a copy. Just what can be said?
Fire, hellfire. Frollo was hurt by goat.
This is the dumbest shit. I absolutely love it. What do you want to kick?
Do I?
Do you? I don't know. That's up to you at this point.
We're gonna kick. Woody is gonna kick. Woody misses it.
Okay.
We'll say a goat was on the. You know what? A goat was standing on the goalposts. And it hit the goat, and then the goat is fine, but it's it bonked against the goat and did not technically go in. So
yeah. My God. I don't usually do I don't make clips for this usually.
Yeah.
Usually I just upload it. It's all right, but a part of me really wants to just make a clip out of that song.
Okay.
But I have to remind myself when I go to edit this. Oh my God, that is so funny. That is so good. All right. Anyways, that's the score, 19-13 going into the second half. Going into the fourth quarter, I should say. This is a one-score game, so anything can happen. But Provo Rock Squirrels, they have 2 chances to kind of get back into this. But it would be nice to score here. It would be nice to get something going here. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, I need to just I need to breathe for a second. All right, that's a 17.
That's a natural 20.
Holy shit, Wauwatosa might do this. All right.
Oh my God.
So, we already know that Zacharias got taken away by a goat. All right. And so now they're all right, how do we go about this? All right, so now whoops, I'm hitting my desk out of animation right now. I think that the team generally wants to go the wildcat approach, just like the last team did. The fucking what was it? Who died? Who lost an injury?
Frollo.
Right, but no, I meant the two games ago. What was the team that was impacted by injury? It was Suffolk, right?
Suffolk.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they went Wildcats.
Portsmouth.
Yeah. So they went Wildcats. So I think the similar Wildcat situation is going to happen with Zane and Timo here. But this time Zane's going to... I think Zane, actually, instead of it being a Wildcat situation, I think Zane is going to just step in at quarterback and is going to attempt to throw the ball, but as he goes back to pass, the tongue is just going to shoot out big time onto the ball and just take the ball away. And I believe that the ball for this is the Resident Evil briefcase.
Yes.
And now the goats are taking away this very toxic briefcase. And it is not only just causing panic to the Provo Rock Squirrels because they need to play the fucking game, but also that is basically a nuclear bomb that the goats have taken control of.
Goats now have possession of.
So now everyone is losing their goddamn minds as we move on to Wauwatosa for their final drive. They can close it out here.
Sorry, there's now a dog, kind of like half in my lap on the chair.
Aw.
That is a -1.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
All right.
It's a disadvantage.
Remy, don't fall off. Remy, don't fall off.
Friend.
He is a friend. That is a 13.
Okay. And that is a 19. So Provo
All right.
Rock Squirrels hold pat right now.
Okay, Provo still has a chance to win. Zuki Midoriya is back in at quarterback, and it just falls. Like the goats, his wide receivers are all so short that they get lost in the goat confusion, and you just can't connect.
Can't connect.
Can't connect.
And so now I will say that somehow Saber was able to maybe, like, let's just say, claw at some goats to get the briefcase back. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Saber. Who's on Provo? Let's say Arbor King claws at the goats, and is able to get the RE briefcase back. So they have the ball, so they can at least try one more possession to try to save their season here. And let's see what happens here. That is an 11 to start things off.
That is a 6.
All right, advantage. That is a 14.
That is a -2.
Okay, but it's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
That is a tied score here. Despite all the odds, Zagreus is able to break free of the goat's grasp thanks to Armor King kind of stepping in here. And now he's able to pick up the RE briefcase that's also been freed. And he's going to throw it to Corvo, who has been using his invisibility ability to kind of, that was using to hide his presence from the goats and from Wauwatosa, and is able to be in the end zone, ready to catch it, and it is a tied ball game, and it all comes down to this. This kick will cause either an overtime or will cause a win for Provo. We're going to have Eddie Gordo, who only missed one, made 2 more kicks, come through. And it's misses. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime.
All right, our overtime rules, because we're not savages. We're basically going to go back and forth. Each team will get a chance to possess until there is a winner. Basically. It will always end with Provo on offense.
Basically.
Yep.
So all right. Wauwatosa starts things off.
Let's roll through this. That's an 11.
All right. That's a 14.
All right. With disadvantage. Leaves you with a 17.
And that's a 7. Wauwatosa scores.
Right. Tosa scores. That's actually going to be great. The Great Fairy Kotera is gonna declare herself eligible and get the touchdown there.
Okay. You want to kick it?
Yep. Spider Shreve's going to come out for the kick.
Spiders.
And he does it. He learned from his mistake.
Good. There you go. Remy's just like he really wants Provo to win, so he
really does. I don't know if you heard that.
I have no idea, but I'm guessing he's whimpering or something.
He did a weird noise.
Yeah.
And now he's chewing on the split.
All right. There you go. All right, it's time to see if Provo can come through here. That is a natural 20.
Oh boy.
See what happens in your roll.
That's a 9.
Provo stays alive for now. Well, they also have to kick, though, to be fair.
Yep.
All All right, yeah. So now,
Yeah, spiders. Okay, so but if Provo misses the kick,
right? Yeah, no,
yep.
things could happen still. So Zacharias, I'm gonna say now the goats are just doing their own thing. They're staying out of the football action, and Zacharias is going to throw the ball to Corvo, catch it, no problem. They get the score, but they need to get the extra point here. Eddie Gordo once again has been the hot hand. Sorry, Leon Kennedy, but this is just how it goes. That is an 18. That
All right,
is that is the score.
double overtime.
Double overtime. Wauwatosa's turn.
That's a natural one
Oh shit.
for Wauwatosa.
Okay. Well, we'll just roll just in case. That is a 5. All right. So
All
yeah. So
right,
Wauwatosa does not score.
does not score. Brain again. He got off the goat. He got back on.
the go the goats realize they're playing football again and wanted to put a stop to it.
Yep.
All right. Provo now with the goats back engaged, ready to come at them. We'll see if they can pull out a victory here. That's 11, a comeback victory.
That's a 9.
So advantage. That means they could go for a field goal if this doesn't succeed. That is a 13.
That is a 3.
Provo succeeds, and we'll move on.
What a game.
Holy crap. My God. All right. I'm going to say to close things off, they're going to go. Zacharias is going to hand it off to Timo once again, and Timo is just going to explode and get rid of the rest of the defense as Zane picks up his revenants and the ball and runs it in to the end zone, and it's over.
Game over. What's our final score?
32-26. Provo Rock Squirrels moves on, and Wauwatosa, who had the comeback the way they did this season, kind of started to show signs of life, unfortunately could not get a victory, and Anthony gets revenge on Kelsey from last year. Wow. So this has been an incredible playoffs thus far.
It's insane.
It is insane. Good idea on the changing the scenarios though, because I feel like
Yes.
that's also adding a lot of life to this whole thing. And the goats have raided the field now.
Yep.
And are just taking
this
over.
stadium is boned. We got to move on to the next one.
Exactly. All right. So who will Provo Rock Squirrels play in the Western Championship? Is it going to be the Ketchikan Cosmos or the Brookings War Train? Now, of course, when you look at the records, they're 4-4. So there's not going to be really... Unfortunately, there is going to not be a huge upset here in the playoffs thus far. No. But so far, 3 home teams have won. Can a road team finally win? This is going to be the game to see. Now, before we start talking about stats, before anything, it's time to find out what universe we're going to be playing this in. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, get your swim gear on. We're going to Subnautica.
Oh, man.
So there you go.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Everything's better. Down where it's wetter.
Watch out for the sea monster.
Sure.
Well,
I didn't play Subnautica.
They're apparently it's a very scary game because there's a lot that it's not like it's a normal survival underwater game, but the deeper you go into the ocean, the more scary and aggressive the sea creatures are, and they're kind of alien-esque. They're not normal.
Cool.
So it's that's really all the lore that you need for this kind of game. What is the Brookings War Train stats?
Brookings War Train stats, drafted by my good friend Ricky, brother of Gabe. Brookings War Train has a -1 offense, a 4 on defense, and a -3 ball handling.
And the Ketchikan Cosmos, drafted by Skylar, Walsh's girlfriend. Offense of 0, defense of 1, ball handling -1.
All right, Catch Can gets to start us off.
Yes, I will start on offense here. Is 14.
That is an 8
Okay.
for defense.
-1. -1. That is an 18 for advantage.
All right.
Excuse me.
That is a 9. Brookings not starting. The train has not left the station yet.
Not quite yet. Ketchikan does score. We're going to have. So, yeah, everyone's just chilling in the water now, ready to toss their footballs around. Sugar Mama is going to kind of like start to swim to her left and is going to throw the ball in the air, poof in the air, and is going to be caught by, let's say, Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny is gonna kind of start to do like this like dolphin, like out of the water, in the water, out of the water, kind of swimming, and is going to kind of try to avoid the defender as he makes it to the end zone and scores.
Very nice.
All right, and then for the kicking situation, of course, we have Oscar Proud, one of the weaker kickers in the league, but ultimately not a terrible. But +4 is still very good. That is a 13, so good stuff. The kick is good. 7-0 to start out the game for Ketchikan.
All righty.
All right, Brookings, next up.
Brookings -1. All right. Sorry. Trying to make sure the dog didn't have anything in his mouth.
No, that's totally fine.
That's a natural 1, baby.
Oh my god! Or is this gonna be the third game in the row or the fourth game in the row, I should say?
Fourth game in a row. We'll have to see.
I hate everything right now. But I hate it and I love it at the same time. All right, but I will just roll just in case. That's a 9. Brookings does not succeed. What was the attempt?
The attempt involved Yusuke Urameshi getting in position to like toss the ball to Cat Noir, but cats don't like water, Chris. So Cat Noir is kind of freaked out. Doesn't run the route that he was supposed to run and gets tackled.
Yeah, it's not the whole water thing. It's not gonna work for some of these. You know, it's sink or swim for all of them. You know. Laughing to myself. All right, Ketchikan Cosmo is going to close out the first quarter, maybe with extending their lead. Let's see what happens. That's a 4. So that's not a good start to extending your lead.
No, we'll see. That's a 19.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll see what the ball handling does. That is a nat 20, but that will not count. So instead, I have to settle for an 18.
Oh, you poor thing. Let's be my 6.
There you go. All right, Ketchikan is in fine shape. Otherwise, this time the poof is in the hands of Bob Parr. Excuse me, I thought it was Poof the whole time. Poof is on the other team. It said this. Or whose team was Poof? I forget, actually.
Poof is on Brookings.
Poof is Brookings. Okay. So Mike Wazowski was the one, by the way, that was being thrown in the air. So Mike Wazowski's going to be thrown again. This time is going to end up in the hands of Big Boss. And Big Boss is just going to, like, stealthily kind of, like swim under the water. Basically an opposite approach of Bugs Bunny. And it's going to just, like, go under and, like, sneak by all the defenders, get to the end zone, get the score. And so that's going to put them up 2 scores. We'll see if Oscar Proud can extend it by 1 point. Let's see what happens. That is no good. It goes wide right. It's hard to kick in the water. Gotta say.
Yeah.
Kicking in the water, not ideal.
Don't blame him.
So, there you go. All right, so then that is 13 points. We'll see what happens now. Brookings, they're going to start the second quarter now.
Start of the second quarter, that is a natural 20.
That's what they needed.
Yeah.
And we'll just go ahead and roll just in case. That's a 4. Doesn't matter. Brookings gets it. What happens?
You know who is really good in the water is Kronk. Surprisingly adept at swimming. He's just got those big muscles. He's given the ball. He is swimming through perfectly. And he's gonna get that ball right where it needs to be.
Oh God, that's very suggestive. Um,
To celebrate my inclusion in Shrek,
mm,
we're gonna have Donkey kick the ball. Donkey does not, however,
no.
successfully kick. He tried to do it like facing backwards, like he tried to buck it in like a donkey would.
I see. I see.
Still doesn't work underwater.
No, it does not work out there. All right. So there you go. 13-6 is the score now. One last try for each of these teams before the end of the half. Let's see what happens with Ketchikan first. Oops, no pluses for that. 9.
Natural 20.
That's what you need, Brookings. That's what you need. All right. Yeah. So Sugar Mama is gonna go swim back to pass, and is going to want to try to get in the hands of one of the offensive linemen who are trying to stand in for tight ends. But unfortunately, before that, before that could successfully go down, we have let's have Bowser just comes in and just starts to shove Sugar Mama down in the water as like a sack. Like starts to kind of drown her, which is really scary and should not. That maybe we should joke about that, but ultimately it is a sack. Bowser takes Sugar Mama down, which only the forces of Bowser could take Sugar Mama down at the end of the day.
Yes, correct.
So there you go. So that's no score for Ketchikan. Brookings has a chance here to tie it up.
All right. That's a 2.
That is a 12.
And I think for the first time all goddamn game, I get to roll a ball handling check for Brookings.
Huh. Interesting.
With disadvantage, that is a 6. I gotta go check what my dog is doing real quick.
No worries, no worries. I'll carry it. That is a 16. That is no good. So Brookings War Train, unfortunately, does not get it. Are you there, or do you want me to? It sounds like you might be coming back.
Sorry, I'm back.
No, all right. So yeah, Brookings failed. So what was the attempt?
The attempt was a handoff, a pass to Min Min actually, but again, like her arms, like don't go through the water very well because they're like the arms, folks.
Yeah, it's mechanical. It's kind of it's difficult. Yeah. It's difficult to
couldn't
match.
couldn't get through. Couldn't catch the ball. No success for Brookings on offense.
There you go. There you go. All right, that ends the first half there. So the score right now is 13 Ketchikan, 6 Brookings. We will see now what transpires in the second half here. Ketchikan looking to extend its lead to start things out in the third quarter. Here we go. That's a 7 to start things off.
Alrighty. That was a 14.
Okay, so with disadvantage, oh god, you know what? Like when you accidentally have your finger on the wrong part of the keyboard, and so everything just becomes nonsense.
Yep.
That's just what happened to me. All right, so that's a 14 as a disadvantage roll, so that's not too bad. But let's see. With the +4, it's hard.
That's a 13.
Why did you roll twice?
I don't know.
So technically that is a 10, but then
would
it have mattered either way though?
Yes.
With a 14, Ketchikan. No, it's totally fine. That does succeed. We're gonna have Bob Parr is going to purposely throw it in the direction of Bowser. Purposely have the ball kind of go over Bowser's head without Bowser being able to kind of like catch it in time, and ultimately the individual who's going to be on the receiving end of this is Aang. Aang's gonna water bend. Why have I not thought of that this entire time? And it's gonna water bend in a way that like perfectly clears the path. So actually, all right, you know what? I'm gonna scratch everything. Here's what happens. Okay. Bob Parr is gonna go back to pass, and Aang's gonna just part the fucking water like he's Jesus or Moses or whatever the fuck.
Perfect.
And ultimately gonna make it real easy as the defense like struggles on the side with all the water in the way. It's just a perfect throw. They're on solid ground for Aang to catch it, and Aang gets it in the end zone for the touchdown. There you go. All right, so now we will once again kick it with par. Sounds like a show.
Do it.
And that is a perfect kick right there. 20-6 is the current score. Brookies still has some time, but they should maybe start to get scoring.
Yeah, that is the Brookings' problem all season is that they cannot score.
Yep.
They can defend pretty well. They cannot score. That's
Happens.
another natural one on my part.
Oh, fucking Christ. All right. So there you go. Let me roll just to be fair here. That is a 9. Brookings does not get the score.
Nope.
What happens?
Oh boy. What happens is Yusuke again gets the ball and he tries to do his spirit gun thing, but it doesn't work super well underwater. Like, he can't get the spirit energy around his finger underwater. So I don't know why he's trying that, and it just kind of fizzles out, and then he gets sacked.
Gets tackled as much as you could while in water.
Right. Of course.
There you go. All right. So it is 20-6 still. A score by Ketchikan here will end the game potentially, right? Because if they
start of the third, right?
Well, so this is the end of the third quarter with Ketchikan.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means if they get a touchdown, that would be at 21 points, and Brookings does not have enough drives left to catch up. So let's see what happens here. That is a 4 to start things off. Not a good start for Ketchikan.
That is a natural 20.
That is what was needed for Brookings. All right. Ketchikan, Bob Parr is back. And they're going to try the same thing again with Aang maybe parting the water, trying to see maybe this ultimately gets another touchdown. But right as Bob Parr goes to throw in this slither of only land, instead, we're going to have Cheese is going to somehow wiggle his way out of the water, and I think Cheese views Mike Wazowski as a giant pea.
Yeah.
And he's just really excited to catch the giant pea. And so he just goes up and catches it, and it's intercepted. And he starts to nibble on Mike Wazowski, and Mike is not happy with that.
No.
He's not a fan. All right. But there you go. Brookings stays alive, but they do need a score here to survive.
Shit.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I just dropped my phone.
Oh.
17.
All right. Okay. 17. Good roll. That's a 12, so advantage.
All right. That is a 7 with advantage.
Okay. And that's a 9. That's going to end it.
That will end it. Speedy Gonzalez is good at running, not at swimming. He does not get to the spot he needs to be at. Brookings just completely fell apart under the water. Ketchikan will move on to face Provo in the semifinals.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it is kind of reminds you of the wild card round, where just like, it seems like it could be chaotic. It's just not. But next weekend, or whenever we do the next thing, that's when things are going to get real good. That's
the money.
But I will say, at least like 2 or 3 outstanding games.
Yes.
In this one, this was a lot of fun overall. But yes, Brookings, Ketchikan and Brookings, the final score here, 20-6, is your final score. So where does that leave us? Well, that leaves all home teams surviving. And ultimately, it will be Forest Hills going to Suffolk, take on the Nutfellows. Not necessarily, of course. We'll find out what locations they are next time. And then Ketchikan going to the Provo Rock Squirrels, facing them. It is it is going to be a battle of the century here.
Hell yes.
Very exciting stuff. That is your show, though. Thank you all so much. So basically the next time you see us, this will be the finale, our final game between the two, the Eastern finalists and the Western finalists, and then immediately after those games conclude, we're going to go right into the championship game between the Eastern champion versus the Western championship. And by the end of that episode, we're going to have a champion. It's going to be a real good time. And then after that, we're basically at the cusp of the next NFL season. It took us this long to get to this point, but that's okay. Basically, as we've already talked about, I think we've talked about it on this podcast. But what we're gonna end up doing is that during the NFL season, we will be preparing for VBBFL season 3 in some capacity. We'll talk about how we want to change things, how we want to move forward. I'm sure that there's a lot of different things and different ideas we want to throw out there. I know Walsh definitely does have some ideas for the future of VBFL. Yeah, we'll talk to anyone who wants to get involved with it next time. We are super excited to see what happens, but for now, we are look forward to season two's grand finale. Everyone remember, donate to your local abortion fund. Send us a receipt. We'll get you a shout out and participation in the mid-seg in some capacity. Not actual participation. You're going to help us set up the mid-seg for the Great Gaming Group.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah, that just to clarify. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Good night, and good ball. Virtual Ball Boys has been brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at Virtual Ball Boys and find more of our work at Team Chaos Pods.